Hi, I'm Jim Brickell from EdLearn Ford Lincoln. Today I have the privilege of sitting in a 2025 Lincoln Navigator. It's the brand new design, and let me show you some of the great features. One of the things I noticed when I hopped into the vehicle was that some of the switches are kind of missing. The controls for the outside mirrors, wonder where they are. Controls for moving the pedals, wonder where that is. On the side of the steering wheel, there's no switch to move the steering wheel up and down. What have they done? Well, let me tell you, it's all quite easy. So here we are in the driver's seat, of course. I'll just slide back to give a little extra room. And on the right-hand side of the steering wheel, you'll notice a little symbol, and as I'm touching that, it displays on the upper screen. So, when we hit that one, it's saying adjustments. Go across, it's steering wheel adjustment. So I hit that, and now I can move the steering wheel down, move the steering wheel up, move it away from me, move it towards me. Then I go back up here. That's a back screen. Now I go down, and this one is a left mirror adjustment. So now I'm using this to make the adjustments on the mirrors. Then I go back, and this time I pick the right mirror. So once again, these now become the arrows. And the way I know that, when I'm touching this, it does display up here. So now I go back to the upper left corner. I go down, and in the bottom left, it's saying fold the mirrors. So I hit that, the mirrors will fold in, hit it again, and they'll fold back out. Then we move across one more. In the middle, on the bottom, it becomes pedal adjustments. So now, I can move the pedals and adjust the length of my legs. So there are some nice easy adjustments to make, and that was all right here from the right hand side of the steering wheel. On the left hand side of the steering wheel, it's cruise control. So once you turn it on, it doesn't light up here, but it does in your display. So you're keeping your eyes pretty much on the road, but as you touch this, it makes a display. You can make the adjustment for cruise control with setting the speed, your lane keeping, and the adaptive cruise control where you choose the car length to stay behind the vehicle in front of you. And as you can see, as we adjust it, it goes farther and then stays closer to the vehicle in front of you. But I'm not actually moving, so I'm going to hit this one and turn off the cruise control. Now, when I'm shooting a video, you'll often see, coming from here, a series of red flashes. And up top here, you'll see a bunch of lights. They are picked up by the camera. They are not visible to the naked eye. So it's not going to be distracting when you're actually in the vehicle. Now, similar to our 2024 and 25 Lincoln Nautilus, the display goes the whole 48 inches across the front. Right now, I've got most of it turned off. And also, similar to the Nautilus, we have the control panel in the center, right down here. So I'm going to slide my driver's seat a little closer so I can reach. And we start off with the home screen. So now on the home screen, I've got Google Maps. We can add a phone. Audio is off, and you can set your profiles. It is recommended that for each driver, you set up a personal profile. You're going to activate the Lincoln Way app, and then you can program in your steering wheel position, your mirror positions, the foot pedals, and your driver's seat can be locked in. So everything can be locked in to your personal profiles. Now, the next one down, it kind of looks like a vehicle. This gives you a variety of choices. Now, with each of these, you can hold and slide them to a new position. So if you want the digital sense at the top and drive modes, traction, control, auto hold, so you can rearrange them how it's convenient for you. Now I'll give you a little explanation as to what each of these are. So digital sense, you have to load the cartridges in. They will load in this center console. And it's back here. So this will pop open, put it in your cartridges, and it can bring some nice sense to the vehicle. Drive modes. So you've got normal 2-wheel high, normal 4-wheel high. Sorry, I kept hitting the volume to turn on the radio. Excite. So that's going to be responsive and engaging. We have conserve, which is for efficient driving, slippery, for slick, icy or loose surfaces, and then deep conditions. That can be either snow or sand, and as you saw, I just hit the cameras by mistake. So you will occasionally hit the wrong thing, but you're going to love the vehicle as you get used to it. So there's my camera showing what's in front of us and the 360. So I'll turn that off. That was our drive modes. Auto hold is regarding the brakes. So if you put auto hold, when you bring the vehicle to a stop, the brakes will hold until you touch the accelerator pedal. Traction control, that's going to be an off switch. So helps in, if you turn it off, you might turn it off if you're buried in snow and you want to rock the vehicle out of it. So a little forward and back action. That's the only time you'll need to turn off the traction control. Hill descent control. So this one, you can lock in the speed going downhill so you're not continually accelerating. And by doing so, you don't have to be sitting with your foot on the brake the entire time. Now we've got seats. So you can move the front passenger seat. You can adjust and massage. So now I've got the driver's seat. It shows various positions on the chair. And then you can increase the bladders or decrease. So the part of the chair lit up is what you're making the adjustment on. So you can make the adjustments on the various parts, and this vehicle also has the nice massaging seats. So you'll hear a bit of a hum, and over here it's showing what part of the chair is moving. So it's there to feel good on your back. That one's the circular. You can also choose relax, where it's kind of going back and forth. Recovery, that's another good one. Moves up and down your back, feels very good as it's going. one of my own personal favorites. And I'll just leave that going because it feels so good. Now I go back a screen, back a screen. So that was our seats. When it comes to lighting, so this is where you've got your headlamps. We've got it in the automatic position for the headlamps. You can turn them on from here. Put it back to automatic, and you can also turn them off. Turn off headlamps. So the default goes back to the automatic. We also control interior lights. So we have ambient lighting, and you can choose from these 7 different colors. And over here it's showing how it's going to be displayed below the glove box and the doors, under the seats. And you can choose any of these colors. So that was our lighting. Brightness for the instrument panel. And of course you can go up and down with regards to that. And then as we scroll up, we have parental controls, valet mode, vehicle status, and we have settings. Now under settings, this is where you're going to go initially. You want to get started in your vehicle. You want to get it set up to your liking. Actually, I'm going to go back for a moment, and I'm going to shut off my massaging seats. Okay, so now I'm going down to settings. In this column, you choose what settings you're going to be looking at. So we've got sound. Right now there's nothing playing, so there's no adjustments to be made. When you do have music playing, you can adjust the tone, the balance, the fade, speed compensated volume, and a Quantum Logic Surround 3D. It's a wonderful sound system, but I don't want to interfere with any copyright laws, so depending on what might be playing on the radio, for now I'm just going to leave it off. Connect your Bluetooth devices, and then we have driver assistance. Along with driver assistance, there's a variety of safety features. You can choose to have them on or off. Cruise control, you can choose from normal cruise control, where you set the speed. Under adaptive cruise control, you set the speed and the distance to stay behind the vehicle in front of you. This vehicle is equipped with the Lincoln Blue Cruise, so it's got lane centering with hands-free available, in-lane repositioning. So if you're driving using the Blue Cruise and someone is kind of crowding the line, instead of staying in the center of the lane, it can reposition you so you're a little farther away from buddy who's crowding you. Lane change assist. When you're using Blue Cruise, you're driving hands-free. Put the turn signal on. When it's clear, the car will actually switch into the next lane. And so you can go through all of those things with your cruise control. Speed limit assist. So that one. Do you want a warning when you're going over the speed limit? Some people do, some people don't. Lane keeping system. This one is set for both alert and aid. Pre-collision assist. Warnings for braking and steering. Now an exit warning. That's usually a good one to turn on. And rear view camera delay. I'm not too fussy on that one. I figure if you're now going forward, no sense having the rear view camera still on. Blind spot information. That's on. That's where it's going to light up in the outside mirrors in the corners if someone is coming up in your blind spot, so you're not trying to change lanes at that particular time. Trailer side view. This one's kind of cool. So I'm going to put my foot on the brake. I'm going to put it in drive. And now I'm going to put the turn signal going. So with the trailer side view, it's kind of a cool concept. Now, I put the vehicle in drive, my foot is on the brake, and now if I put the turn signal on, right here it's showing us what's beside the vehicle. So when you're driving, you get to see what's in the lane beside you. Make sure there's no cyclists, no pedestrians, no one is there while you're trying to turn or switch lanes. So turn off the turn signal, it shuts back off. So that's your trailer side view. I'm going to put the vehicle back into park. Reverse brake assist. The vehicle can stop itself when going backwards at a slow speed before you hit something. And driver alert. So notifies you if the vehicle detects that you are inattentive. So if you're not paying attention, it can notify you by displaying a coffee cup up in the main display area. So that was our driver assistance. Now we have the vehicle. So these settings you're going to go through once, get it set up the way you like the vehicle. 30-minute max idle. Hey, it's a nice quiet vehicle. So quiet some people have even forgotten to shut it off. So Lincoln says, we'll shut it off for you. Rear occupant alert. If you're going to be having little kids or animals or whatnot, it's good to check every time you're getting out of the vehicle. But if you're always driving by yourself, you never have anyone in the back, you might want to shut that one off. Lighting. So the vehicle has automatic high beams. When you're driving at night, if there's no other vehicles on the road, most likely it's going to turn on your high beams. If it detects another vehicle, it'll go back to regular. And earlier we saw under the headlamps there's an automatic setting. So it gets dark, the lights automatically come on. Under auto lamp delay, you get to choose how long they stay on after you shut the vehicle off. So you can choose from right away, 10 seconds, 20, a couple of minutes. After lighting, there's key detection alert. So if the engine's running, you leave the vehicle with the keys, it's going to beep the horn a couple of times to let you know that the engine's still running. Easy entry and exit. So you can have the seat adjust when you shut off the engine, and approach detection. So as you're approaching the vehicle, some of the exterior lights are coming on, kind of welcoming you to the vehicle. Power running boards. They can be off, they can be out, they can be automatic. And so automatic, you open the door, the running boards come out. Make it easy to get in and out of the vehicle. Remote start setup. So you can use remote start from the Lincoln Way app. You can use remote start from the key fob. If you want to use remote start, you need to get it set up. So remote start, we're going to put yes. So now that we've said we want to use it, what is it going to do? Climate controls. So we can either go with last setting or we can go with automatic. So it's cold out, it'll put the heat on. It's hot out, it'll put the cooling on. So I like the automatic. Seats and steering wheel, similar thing. And duration, you can choose from 5, 10, or 15 minutes. So it's set up, you can use remote start. After remote start, we've got the windows. You want to be able to open them from outside using your key fob. You know, it's on a hot day, you can vent them open. Wipers, rain sensing. So you put stock control over here. In the bottom, it's off, up one notch. That's going to be your rain sensing. If it starts raining, they'll automatically start going. And if you're going through a car wash, you should put it down in the bottom position. After your wipers, we have our power split gate. So that's at the back of the vehicle. So you can have it power, you can do it manual, or you can have with the key fob, where it opens the lift gate, or it opens the lift gate and the tailgate. So if you're worried you're going to have some stuff that might be rolling around in the back and falling out, you might just do the lift gate. So when you use your fob, it's just going to do the top portion but not the bottom. And you can still open the bottom by hitting another button at the back of the vehicle. So we've got our lift gate set up, our locks. Right now it's set to open all the doors together. You can set it whereby it would be just the driver door. So in that case, you're by yourself, you only want the driver door opening, you don't want someone else being able to jump in one of the other doors when you're getting in. If you do have other people with you, you can simply hit the unlock one more time. So that was our locks. After locks, we have mirrors and the option of an auto fold. So when I shut off the vehicle, the mirrors are going to automatically fold in. And we can get a door keypad code. We can display the coolant temperature if we want. Obviously the oil is at 100% because this is a brand new vehicle. So that was our vehicle settings, our driver assistance settings. We can then come to systems. You can choose your language, English, French, or Spanish, your units, temperature in Celsius, kilometers and liters per 100 kilometers, pounds per square inch on the tire pressure. Weight unit is in pounds. After the units, the time, you can use the 24-hour clock or the AM, PM. The choice is up to you. So that was your settings, and actually below system was display. So now with display, you can have it where the screen is beeping each time you touch it. You can adjust your brightness level. The mode can be automatically switching between day and night, light and dark. And you've got themes. So this is across the top. That one's called Constellation. Next one down is called Tranquil. So this time it's fairly black and has a little bit of color to it. Now I'm going with Engage, so it adds a little bit of purple, and Inspire is going to change it further. Now, because this video is picking up some lights that you don't see in person, you don't get the full effect of just how cool this actually is. It is not overly distracting like it might look in the video, where you're getting a bunch of different colored lights and they're flashing and moving around. That's not what you see with the naked eye. I don't know how to take it off from the camera. Now, so that was your theme. You can go back and you can do this as a comm screen. So it shuts off most of the distractions here. It's Wednesday, it's April 23rd, 2025. We can then go to the 6 dots. It's pretty much a control panel for everything. Your AM, your FM, your Sirius satellite radio, your Google Maps, your Play Store. Rejuvenate is an absolutely fantastic thing. I'll show you that in another video. And you can do software updates, CarPlay, owner's manual is built in, and in park you can even watch YouTube videos. Now down here you've got a variety of choices, and when you put them up, they display across the front. So there's our clock, weather, it's saying enable location sharing on the touch screen. So I hit next while using the app. And so once you've enabled everything, it can show the weather where you are, and if you're using the navigation, it can show you the weather where you're going. So if you want to switch it up, you can do fuel economy, you can do tire pressure, you can move them side to side, and so if you want a compass, you can display that. So basically, you can totally customize the vehicle to however you want it to display. I know this video has been going on for a while, but there's just so many great features in the vehicle that I'm trying to share them all with you. More will be coming in future videos.